10 signs you're highly intelligent, according to experts. When you think of highly intelligent people, chances are, specific types come to mind. For instance, people who seem to know random facts about everything, or people who solve math equations in their heads at lightning speed. But the truth is, you don't really need to have a high IQ in order to be considered a highly intelligent person. In fact, experts say there's a lot more to it than that, and many highly intelligent people don't even realize just how smart they really are. A highly intelligent person is one who is flexible in their thinking and can adapt to changes. They think before they speak or act, and they're able to manage their emotions effectively. Dr. Katherine Jackson, licensed clinical psychologist and board-certified neurotherapist. In short, they possess several different types of intelligence, including but not limited to intellectual, social, and emotional intelligence. Researchers have looked into the many different traits highly intelligent people have in common. For instance, a 2016 study published in the British Journal of Psychology found that highly intelligent people actually prefer to be alone. It was found that smarter people tend to experience lower life satisfaction the more often they socialize with friends. According to evolutionary psychology, people evolved to be intelligent in order to solve problems. So those who are happier being alone are seen as highly intelligent because they have the ability to face challenges on their own without needing any help. Rest assured, if you're a social butterfly, it doesn't mean that you're not smart. You may possess other qualities that show off your intelligence, like having the ability to connect with others easily. According to Jackson, highly intelligent people don't often think of themselves like that. So here are a few signs of an intelligent person, according to experts. 1. Empathetic and compassionate. There's a correlation between high emotional intelligence and high IQ in psychological assessments. Christine Scott Hudson, licensed psychotherapist and owner of Create Your Life Studio, tells Bustle. We know that the higher a person scores in traits of empathy, the higher the person will score in traits of effective verbal comprehension. In other words, empathy, which is part of emotional intelligence, and comprehension, which is part of cognitive intelligence, are directly linked. So, if you lead with your heart, Scott Hudson says, there's a good chance that you also lead with your mind. 2. Curious about the world. It's easy to assume that highly intelligent people like to read. But being smart isn't about having the ability to go through a number of books a day. It's about having a curiosity about anything and everything. Intelligent people engage their passions and ask questions like who, what, when, where, how, why, and what if? Scott Hudson says. They like learning about other people, cultures, animals, history, and the world at large. While having a love of reading isn't necessarily a sign of intelligence, it does show that you like learning and you're curious. 3. Observant. The smartest person in the room isn't always the loudest. In a world where people talk to prove who they are, highly intelligent people are the opposite, Jackson says. Instead of boasting about their accomplishments or telling people how right their opinions are, they're usually quiet and observant. When you have the ability to take everything in, you can see things that others missed, like subtle patterns. 4. Have self-control. Having self-control means you're mature. You know how to control your emotions and impulses so that they won't cause any harm. According to Jackson, having self-control is a sign of intelligence because it means you're more likely to think before you speak or act. When these people experience discomfort in their lives, they also work to solve the issue and reduce the discomfort quickly, she says. 5. Have a good working memory. A good working memory and general intelligence are highly correlated, Jackson says. When you have an excellent working memory, this means you have executive functioning skills, good short-term memory, and the ability to focus and pay attention. It also means you have cognitive flexibility and can easily transition from one thing to another. 6. Recognize your limits. Highly intelligent people don't try to act as if they know everything. In fact, a sign of intelligence recognizes the fact that you don't know everything. If they can't do something, they don't try and act as if they can, Jackson says. Instead, they know their limits and can admit it. This allows them to be open to learning more from others and situations. 7. Like to go with the flow. The smartest people don't waste time worrying over things they can't control. If you know how to be flexible and go with the flow, there's a chance that you're highly intelligent. Rather than being rigid about what must happen, they remain mentally flexible, open-minded, and can easily adjust to life, no matter what gets thrown their ways, Jackson says. It basically shows that you can solve problems and find solutions quickly. 8. Passionate about things that really interest you. Curiosity, passion, and a desire to learn are critical traits of highly intelligent individuals. According to licensed clinical psychologist Dr. Holly Schiff, Psy.D., people with high intelligence follow their curiosities. They are able to admit when they aren't familiar with a particular concept or if something falls outside of their realm of knowledge, and are willing to learn what they don't know, Schiff says. Their intellectual curiosity will lend itself to wanting to self-educate and read anything they can get their hands on. When something really interests them, they will invest a lot of time and energy into learning what they can. 9. Ask thoughtful questions and build off conversations. Highly intelligent people do things with purpose. According to Andy Simon, Ph.D., a corporate anthropologist and author of Rethink, Smashing the Myths of Women in Business, they don't just ask a bunch of questions for the sake of asking questions. They do so in order to gain insight that can help them better understand what they're doing, thinking, feeling, and anticipating. Someone must have said this often quoted line, "Knowledge has the right answer." Intelligence is asking the right question, Simon says. We forget that all of life is a conversation. Intelligent people recognize that others have information and insights that through a shared conversation will help both grow, expand their wisdom, and enhance their intellect. 10. People trust and follow you. If people seem to trust your judgment and look up to you as a leader, that's a sign that you may be highly intelligent. According to Simon, people like to follow intelligent people who have developed the skills necessary to break down jobs into understandable components, motivate them to work towards a common goal, and celebrate results, so they sustain the team's momentum. Simon cites 2014 published by Oxford University, which found that trust is an important part of culture and society. That's not only linked to positive individual outcomes, such as entrepreneurship and happiness, but it's also highly correlated with intelligence. In research across countries, results suggested that trust is highly associated with intelligent individuals and serves as a valuable social resource influencing how people follow others, she says. People will be more willing to follow and trust those who are smart and know how to lead a group of people effectively. Conclusion. Being highly intelligent doesn't just come down to having a high IQ. There are various types of intelligence, including intellectual, social, and emotional intelligence. A highly intelligent person possesses several of these different types of intelligence, such as the ability to be empathetic and compassionate, being observant, having self-control, and recognizing their limits. They are also curious about the world, have a good working memory, and are passionate about things that interest them. In essence, being highly intelligent means having the flexibility to adapt to changes, think before acting or speaking, and effectively manage one's emotions. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For other videos like this, press the subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notification bell.